Yes, my darlings. Put it together. The pants are big for you. Fumi, just have to manage. It is what it is. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. When I tell you that this is the grandiose downfall of one of the biggest celebrities, most powerful, influential across film, across music that I have seen, like taking a front row seat to see a brother come all the way down like this. It's the first time. It's the first time, and it's so funny because, dare I say, when I read the announcement that Puffy had been taken down as a CEO from his network Revolt, I almost felt sorry for him.
Attorneys were really brilliant. They didn't sue just Diddy, they sued his corporations.
They sure did.
And they sued his corporations and sued in her capacity as an employee. When you do that, it triggers commercial liability insurance.
Yeah.
And it triggers another policy called directors and officers. Okay, and we know he's a director of these companies as the CEO. So now you got two policies. What happens then is it takes away Puffy's ability to settle. It's not his choice no more.
So it's no longer personal accountability. It's his organization.
It's his organization. And it's no different than like if you hit somebody with your car. Let's say you have State Farm. State Farm gets to decide to settle, not you. You could say, I didn't run the stop sign. That's not true. They're lying. If State Farm says we don't care, that's it. That's what happened here. So because they added those claims, the corporate insurance carrier got to say, read over it and say, oh, hell no, we giving her the money.
We're hearing you. Diddy's public reputation is done.
It's done.
Yeah.
And if he wants to be able to leave anything to his children, he needs to walk away from all of these corporations.
Damn, he can no longer be the head of his corporations?
Well, remember, didn't I say directors and officers liability?
Yeah.
More than likely, what will happen is those insurance companies, they have the ability to say, we won't renew your policy if he continues to be a director. That's it.
What's next? What's next? I gotta get it. I'm not gonna stay fucking down. I'm not gonna stay fucking lying down. I'm not. I can't do it, man. I can't do that. What's next? Give me something else. What can't you do?
Peeee Diddy has to let go of all of his companies. He has to let go of all of his businesses. Remember I told you when he had his head in his hands. Because at that moment in time, when I tell you, he was having phone calls with his publicists, with his managers, with his agents. All of them came down. They had a board meeting. They were in this big conference room where he was FaceTiming all of them like this. I promise you, I tell you, maybe not even FaceTime because he don't want to see nobody. And they all sat there. And they said, for these other businesses and companies to thrive, their insurances, their licenses, they've got to push you off the boat. Because we are not the Titanic. We are not going to sink with you, Puffy, because you had all of these freak-offs. No, because you know what? There are people that earn their livings. They earn their living, they support their family from these companies that we kind of just gave you a name to because we know that you don't actually create the drink alcohol brand of which you're attached to. We've got to get you and take you off. And so, yep. You know how they do at the boat, the pirates. Why am I laughing? Take you right to the edge of the boat. You sign your last rites and they kick you off. Starting with Revolt. Oh, bless his heart. I know that touched him. Revolt, Diddy steps aside as chairman of Revolt in a temporary move. What a lie. They will never see him there again. Diddy steps down as chairman of Revolt. The company now releases a statement. Sean Combs has stepped down from his position as chairman of Revolt. While Mr. Combs has previously had no operational or day-to-day role in the business, this decision helps to ensure that Revolt remains steadfastly focused on our mission to create meaningful content for the culture and amplify the voices of all Black people throughout this country and the African diaspora. Yeah, our focus has always been one that reflects our commitment to the collective journey of Revolt. One that is not driven by any individual. Translation, kind of have to vote you out because you are no longer a leader. That is painful. You're no longer a leader, Puffy. But by the shared efforts and values of our entire team on behalf of advancing, elevating, and championing our culture, and that continues. It was here during you, Puff, when you're having your freak offs, and it will be here after you have left, fantasizing about your freak offs. These companies have to survive. As if that was bad enough, here come Capital Preparatory School. Capital Preparatory Charter Schools announces the end of their partnership with Diddy. Following our comprehensive evaluation, a decision has been made to end the partnership between Capital Preparatory Schools and Sean Combs. While this decision was not made lightly, we firmly believe it is in the best interest of our organization's health and future. Dr. Steve Perry, founder and head of schools, Capital Preparatory Schools. My God, this is what is going down left and right. As if that was not bad enough, here come 50 Cent. 50 Cent says he offers to buy Revolt from Diddy following the recent news of him temporarily stepping down as chairman. I'm serious. Call my phone, he says. Then he goes on with the look. I buy that from you, Playboy, for the low because you know Cadillac and AT&T are gonna pull out. I'll give you a few dollars for it now. Sell it to me, then we can be friends. I'm serious. Call my phone. And then he attached bronze cognac and then some leche mindori. I guess maybe those are the associates, letting him know that, you know what? Hey, I'll buy it. Puffy and 50 have been having some kind of feud. I've noticed that 50 Cent is the only one that gets away with this rudeness with Puffy on a regular. He posted Puffy with his jeans down at some kind of club party. We don't know what that was all about. But 50 seems to have just sat down for a very long time, waiting for this opportunity to come and present itself to him like a hot cooked dinner. Because he knew that the time would come. Because he knew Puffy was becoming reckless. Puffy was becoming careless. All of his allies, all of his aides. It's a terrible situation, I'm telling you. They kind of all brought Puffy down. Because in you keeping quiet, in you pretending that you did not see, there was going to be a time when something was going to hit the fan. Remember, I told you that life has a way of self-correcting. I bring all of this up to say that never, ever, these are to all my boys, to all my men, to all my brothers, never underestimate the power of a woman. You do, and you will pay dearly for it. I promise you. We are the most vicious creatures on this living green earth that you will ever meet. The cobra is not as dangerous as us. They're not as poisonous as us. Look for any snake. They're not as poisonous as us. You look for any animal out there. They're not as strong as us. Because when I tell you that we can endure, we can sleep with you the night before. We know that you're going to be hung to dry 8 a.m. the following morning. We are capable. We are able. We will look into your eyes like so. And we will be relishing in a couple of hours when you meet your end. This is what Cassie did to Puffy. Cassie did not only go after him. She went after his companies. Companies are what? They're insured. If you go after companies, they have to take care of their insurances. That is what Cassie did. Cassie was an employee of Puffy. Yes, he signed her to 10 albums. Please, when you're not with me, what are you talking about? 10 albums. I only heard one song. And so the companies now, they're going to be left very vulnerable. On top of which, he doesn't even have a say. He'll be outnumbered right there and then. Puffy, this is what's going to happen. We have to pay her. We have to do all of this. That was why everything was copacetic, signed off, sealed, delivered in 24 hours. And when we say 24 hours, if it wasn't even 24 hours, it was immediate. It was immediate. Repeat after me. It was immediate. The second Puffy just woke up from his 300 thread count pillowcases with the sun coming in. You know, it's California. And he just looked up like this. The phones were ringing. You know, he has all kinds of phones. And so they would have called him and said, have you seen your phone? He said, no. Then he just saw the announcement of what Cassie had done. And remember, New York. They're 3 hours ahead. So 9 a.m. when he woke up, it's already 12 noon in New York. This thing has been running for maybe at least 6 hours. And right there and then, he was kind of just pushed to the side like this. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. While business took care of business. So everything is going to come all the way down. All of his businesses, he's going to lose. Puffy, all I can tell you is that I hope these freak-offs were so worth it. Because you made a collateral mistake. When Cassie came to you and said, motherfucker, give me my coin, you should have given it to her. For all that you did, you should have. Puffy is very, very powerful, very, very, very influential. I'm going to put it out there and then you guys tell me. You know, when this news first broke out, it was said that Puffy was being investigated in New York. Very, 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 very quickly, there was a release from the NYPD saying that he wasn't being investigated. I found it very odd that the NYPD would want to clear their name about investigations with Puffy right away, when you can clearly read of what he was accused of. It made me feel funny. Did he have people in there too? And allegedly, I'm just saying, that's how I felt. Does he have people in the NYPD that he can buy off, that he can get rid of, that they can vouch for him, that they can clear evidences? Because this will also make it very clear how not only Cassie, but Kim Porter never ever tried to escape or report or shout out. Who do you shout out to when the people that you're supposed to shout out to and go for protection are also protecting him? It was just odd. It was just odd to me that why they would do that. What was their great investment? What was it that they were trying to say or let Puffy know? We're not investigating you. No. That's a mistake. It was very odd. Remember, this is the same papa who got rid of Wendy Williams. I was shocked. Wendy Williams had one or two things about him and he let them know. His security said it. His security said, when I come back to New York, she gotta go unless a whole bunch of people are not going to be doing business with all of you all. By the time he came back to New York, she was out. I was shocked. This is true. This is something that's not alleged. Facts. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and we'll be here. We'll be here for the next 4 or 5 days about Puffy because I've got stuff to talk about. All right, my darlings, I live for you. Super thanks. And super thanks. All of my love. Take care of yourselves, my darlings. Take care of yourselves. And don't forget to subscribe, okay? Let's try and get to 1 million.